If you can't forget someone, even after a long time, this is not random. Most people think it just means they haven't moved on yet. But that's not always true, because your mind doesn't hold on to people without a reason, especially not for months or even years. You can meet hundreds of people in your life, talk to them, spend time with them, and still, your mind chooses one, just one, and keeps bringing them back in random moments, late at night, when you're alone, when you're not even thinking about them, and suddenly they're there again. Their voice, their face, the way they looked at you. And it doesn't feel like a memory. It feels real, like something inside you never really let them go. And that's the part most people don't understand. It's not always about the person. It's about what your mind attached to them. Because sometimes you don't miss them. You miss the way they made you feel, the version of yourself that existed when they were around. Maybe you felt understood. Maybe you felt important. Maybe you felt something you haven't felt since. And your brain remembers that very clearly, because emotions don't just disappear. They stay, even when the person is gone. And when something ends without real closure, your mind keeps trying to finish it over and over again. That's why you replay conversations. That's why you think about what you could have said. That's why you imagine different endings, because your brain is trying to complete the story. But it can't, because that moment is already gone. And here's where it gets deeper. The more you try to force yourself to forget them, the more your mind resists, because it thinks this is something important, something you shouldn't ignore. So instead of letting it go, it holds on even tighter, bringing them back in thoughts, in memories, in feelings, at the most unexpected times. Not because you're weak, not because you're stuck, but because something inside you is still trying to understand. Why them? Why this person out of everyone? Why did they leave such a strong impact? And until you answer that, until you understand what exactly you're holding on to, your mind won't let it go. So if you can't forget someone, don't just ask, how do I move on? Ask yourself, what did they give me that I haven't found again? Because sometimes that's the real reason you're still thinking about them.